Now what we'll do is we'll cover diet in depth. One of the important things is where you used to be able to eat, you know, raw food like raw celery, raw carrots and things like that. One, not only you've got to be aware of your teeth all the time, and anything hard, you run the risk of breaking a tooth. But you also will have trouble swallowing because of the lack of saliva. So unless you've got on the end of that carrot stick or on the end of that celery stick a big dob of dip or something like that, or cream cheese or something, you're not going to be able to swallow it without choking. I find I have a book called Superfood Super Easy, which is a balanced diet. They're quick and easy for us because when you're tired and you've got fatigue, the last thing you feel like doing is getting yourself something to eat. These are quick, they're easy, they're balanced, so it helps to give you energy. It has a nutritional value there. They're good if you want to be on a diet because it'll help you lose weight, but they all have sauces with them so that, you know, you can have, you know, put a bit of extra sauce in it so that it's easy to eat. I don't know about you, but I have trouble swallowing unless it's got fluid. If by any chance I want to eat toast or anything, I'll have a cup of soup and I'll dip the toast into a cup of soup or a cup of tea. I find I can't eat biscuits anymore. They have to be soft, or you have to dip them in your tea. You have to dunk them. All the things our mothers hated. My mother used to hate me dunking my biscuits in my tea, but anyway, now it's a case of have to. The whole thing is being mindful of not saying I can't eat that. Like, I love spicy foods, but when you haven't got any saliva, I find the chili in that burns your tongue and your gum tissues. Well, what I do with that is I always make sure I've got yogurt and cucumber with it so that that cools it down. Or you can have bread with lots of butter on it if you don't have, you know, if you're able to eat butter, or Nuttelex. Nuttelex is a good butter if you can't eat normal butter. Tastes similar to normal butter and you still get the same effect. It's just better for you. The other thing is, if you cook foods, we always put either bamboo shoots, sunflower, alfalfa, sprouts, some sort of sprouts. If you could get broccoli sprouts, they're very good for alkalining your body. You have to see lymphoma is an associated disease of Sjögren's. It's a type of cancer. Cancer can't live in an alkaline body. Cancer is fed by acid. And you'll find that in a Sjögren's body, you mainly suffer with a buildup of uric acid. Hence the juice. Carrot juice, celery juice, cucumber, sweetened with apple will help to alkaline your body and clear the acid out. It's an antioxidant. You'll tell if you have a lot of acid if you wear gold bracelet or rings and they go green in the summertime around your wrist where your bracelet is or your ring. You know you've got too much uric acid. So therefore, it's only a matter of time before the arthritis sets in, the gout in your feet sets in. So yeah, the whole thing with Sjögren's is companion eating, and it's not that you can't eat things anymore, it's just that you have to put other things with it. If you're out, I carry a little snap lock bag full of Gravy, which I buy from Aldi for $1.79, comes in all flavours. You just add boiling water. If you're at a restaurant, they say, oh, we don't have gravy. Say, can I have a cup of boiling water? And you make your own gravy at the table. I do it all the time. So, and also too, when you're travelling, you need to make sure that you've got things that will give you energy. It's really exhausting. Now, I make sure I've got rice, which is a dessert that you get, which is like a creamy rice and fruit. So I put them in my bag. I have little desserts and things in my bag that I carry, cup of soups, because sometimes you'll go into a restaurant and they might be a vegetarian restaurant, and man, is that really hard to get something to eat that we could swallow in a vegetarian restaurant. And if you've got your cup of soup, sometimes you can use that as a gravy. If you've got, I buy the potato and leek, which you can use as a gravy, or you've still got your snap-lock bag of gravy as well in your bag. I also get the oats that you just add water to if I'm travelling and I need breakfast. They're very good, like that, and a rice, which is like a dessert, but you can have it for breakfast as well. So, or you can have fruit on the oats or whatever, but that I find is really easy. You have to have things that are easy for you to eat. Easy, like even if you're going on a picnic and you find it's really hard. They got a full chicken. Nobody thinks of us when you go on a picnic. So you've got to think of yourself. You've now got to take control of your life and think before you do every single thing in your life. So you do make your life bearable and you're not getting stressed. If you do get stressed, you need, in my website as well, in the shop, we have Kelly Howe CDs. Now, Kelly Howe has a CD for every problem you might have in life. If you're suffering too much stress, put the headphones on, listen to a Kelly Howe CD, stress-free forever. Believe me, it saved me many a time, because I have two, an 18-month-old and a 3-year-old great-grandsons that live with us 10 days out of the fortnight. So you can imagine I sit there on my computer with my headphones on and my stress-free forever going so that I can cope with them for the rest of the day. She also has healing meditations, and meditation is very good to get all the endorphins in your brain going. It will help you with brain fog as well. She has one, I know it sounds funny, for jet lag, but that really helps with brain fog. And she also has a brain massage. That really helps as well with brain fog and relaxing. If you can't focus, she has ones that you focus. You can actually go in and have a look, like if you're suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, she'll give you a list of her CDs that you need to combat that. And I find that I use them every day in some sort of my daily life. You don't need psychiatrists who are costly, or psychologists, which are still costly. You don't need these. Get yourself a CD, $14.95 from the website, and they come from America. One of the things, our attitudes to life create our destiny. It's our attitude that governs whether we have a decent life or a stressful life. You need to surrender, accept what you've got wrong with you, and then cope with what you have. Instead of being in denial and fighting it all the time, thinking that you're going to die, because unless there's complications, if you're really careful and you keep your vitamin levels up, you will not get cold and flu viruses. It'll start your immune system becoming overactive and fighting itself. So, yeah, think about what it is that you're doing. Don't be lazy. Sjögren's is a disease that you can't afford to be lazy with. You have to maintain, like a car needs to be serviced every 6 months. You need to look after your body and service your body more regularly now because it has something wrong with it. So look after yourself and don't worry about anybody else. Think about yourself now. It's time to be involved in what you need for you, not what the rest of the family needs. One of the things that you need to avoid is if you smoke, you need to give it up now. Your body is full of inflammation and the last thing it needs is the chemicals from a cigarette going into your body. Your immune system can't handle it. So if you don't want to get worse and make the autoimmune disease worse, you need to find a way to give up smoking. As I said before, Kelly Howell CDs is really good. She has a CD for giving up smoking, which I have used on my clients that I have many times, and it works really well. So you need to look at that. Alcohol can be consumed depending on what you're drinking. I used to love champagne, but every time I drank champagne, my parotid gland would swell because of the acid in the champagne would send the salivary glands into a spasm. It would lock the saliva into that, and then they would swell, and I had to have Keflex, which is a high doses of penicillin to reopen or to stop the infection so septicemia didn't set in. So the way I fixed that was, yes, I'd go out and I'd drink champagne. The next morning I'd have a great big glass of carrot and apple juice, which then cleared all the acid out of my body. Now, what you can do, I've learned, that was in the early days. Now I've learned all you need to do is take 1,000 milligrams, which comes in as a grapeseed tablet, and you take one of those tablets after you've been out having a few drinks at night, and it'll clear the acid out of your body. So, yes, you can drink alcohol, preferably not to excess, because it does dry you out, just as coffee dries you out, and some teas dry you out as well. So you have to be careful of what you put in your body now so that it's not extra drying. I like onion sandwiches, but I can't have one before I go to bed because then I'm up all night drinking because it's too drying. So I have to have them at lunchtime. It's the same with garlic. Too much garlic will dry you out if you have it. I find that if I have it at 5 with dinner and I go to bed at 10, it's not so bad. But yeah, don't eat at 7 and go to bed at 10 and you've had a big hit of garlic or onion or anything like that. I have to eat meat and I have to eat salt. My body doesn't hold the salt, and also I need the iron from the meat. So I eat a lot of liver, chicken livers, calf liver. I have kidneys. My daughter cooks up a really good kidneys and I have them on toast for breakfast. Or meat. I don't know how you have your meat, but it's much better if you have it medium rare because it still has the juices in it that the body needs. But then it all depends too on your blood type. I'm an O negative, so therefore I need the meat. Some of the people that are B positive or whatever, they can be vegetarians or whatever. But yeah, you need lots of protein because protein builds muscle. If you're only eating vegetables, you must have fibre, powder, and you must have protein because you need to build those muscles. If you're lactose intolerant, you need, once again, it's a digestive problem, so you really need, they say that people with Sjögren shouldn't drink soy milk, so there's other types of milk, there's rice milk, and I'm not sure of what other types because I drink full-on cow's milk and eat cream and eat cheese and do all those sorts of things. But the only reason I can do all that is because I spend lots of money on supplements feeding my body every day. And even though my digestive system is affected, it's still not, the foods that I'm eating are still not affecting it because I've got the right synergy of vitamins and supplements in the right amounts. And that's what you need. Especially some vitamin companies have a lot of fillers in their vitamins. You need to make sure it's a good organic vitamin company. So if they say there's 200 milligrams of zinc, that's what you're getting. Whereas some companies, Golden Glow is very good for organic vitamins. iHerb is very good for organic vitamins. Swiss is a really good one. But the others, the cheaper brands, tend to have a lot of fillers and packers. And if they say there's 200 milligrams of zinc, you might be lucky to get 50. So please look, everything you put in your body now, you have to be aware. You have to, and it's a lot easier if you do regular meditations because you'll learn to identify when you eat something, ooh, that didn't feel good, I don't think I'll eat that again. Or I need to eat, you know, cucumber with that when I eat it because I felt better then. It's all a matter of trial and error and what works for you. Chronic fatigue is very, very, what would I say, popular with Sjögren's sufferers. It's because the body isn't getting enough nutrients into the cells. Our cells, from all the preservatives and the smoke and everything that we're subjected to on a daily basis, whether we're breathing it in our lungs or eating it, has a certain amount of chemicals and preservatives in it. They cause free radicals in the body. The free radicals in the body cause what they call oxidative stress on the cells. The stress on the cells then is like a bit like rust on metal. But what it does is it stops the nutrients from being absorbed. So you can eat all day and every day, not either you'll put on a lot of weight or you won't put on any weight, or you'll be losing weight because your cells can't absorb the nutrients. So they might absorb a quarter of the nutrients out of what you're eating. That's why the more you take in liquid form, the better off you are, because it goes straight into the cells. So if your cells are being fed, there's less chance of fatigue. I use the Zen Chi machine. That is really good for energy, and like, you know, like halfway through the day you have lunch, then you think, oh, I need a nano nap because I'm so tired. You won't get that if you use your Zen Chi machine first thing in the morning. And also too, if you get a cold and you've got mucus on your lungs or you're all congested, get on the Zen Chi machine 3 times a day and you'll end up coughing that mucus up. It's very good, the Zen Chi machine. And as I said before, everything, I've used myself as a guinea pig for years to see what works and what doesn't work. And what works is in my shop. on the website. The Zen Chi machine is there, the Kelly House CDs are there. You can actually go and buy the latest Sjögren's book, is there. You need to go to Amazon and they'll send it out. But yeah, everything that has worked for me, the probiotic powder, which you definitely need to take in the winter, the 2012 it's called. This keeps your vitamin levels up. It's a whole food supplement and it stops you from getting colds and flu viruses. It now can be taken in capsule. I take the powder in juice because it's easy. I even give it to my dog to keep him healthy.